So today we're going to be talking about businesses that are standing up for liberty, that are standing up for the law and saying, you know what, this mandate is illegal. On today's Defending Utah Television, I am Ben McClintock from defendingutah.org. Make sure you don't miss another program. You click on that subscribe button, click on that bell. Also become a part of the solution. Become engaged and involved by going to defendingutah.org and clicking on the Join tab and becoming a member. So today we're joined here. We can see our special guest. We have Victoria. She is the franchise owner of the Orange Peel in Sandy. It's 82 West, 114th South in the Scheel's parking lot there. And so encourage you guys to go say hi and say thanks for standing up for the Constitution. But we wanted to interview you, Victoria, about this. Well, what's about, some of the things that have, why you did this. So maybe some of the reaction that you've gotten out of this. So I appreciate you joining us, Victoria. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here with you and happy to talk about this for sure.
Awesome. So I guess let's just start off with what made you want to do this? What kind of got you thinking about that this was even an option and this is something that you should do?
Yeah. Well, here we are pretty much 2 years after the first initial what would we call it? Breakout, whatever we want to call it, the beginning of the pandemic. And from that point until now, I just think that the last 2 years, I've just seen it progressively get more and more out of hand from being where we were scared because we didn't know what was going on to then wondering, why are things changing? Like, why does the goalpost keep changing? Why is information continuously contradicting itself that we keep being told? So I started to question things myself and started to do my own independent research and steer away from mainstream media because I felt like it was just a fear factory. And so I wanted to reach out and find more information. So I did that through independent sources, people like yourself. And so from then, I just learned more and more about what our rights are. And it enraged me to know that, and to finally see like we were being, herded basically is how it felt. And rights being taken away. And as a business owner, we were being kind of cornered to follow the regulations they wanted us to follow, which I did. I complied in the beginning because I didn't know what else we could do. I didn't know if I was going to get in trouble. I didn't know if they were going to take, my business license away. I had no idea. Right. So now here we are, and I've learned a lot since then. And I realize I have rights and I have freedoms, and the Constitution's there to protect me. And as a business owner, that's the American dream. And so for what's going on to feel like it's taking away that American dream from small business owners like myself, where we feel like we need to either close down or we have to limit what we're doing, or we are scared to speak out against what we feel is right or speak up for what we feel is right. And I'm sick of it. So I said, no, we're not doing this again. And I knew if there was going to be another mandate in Utah, I told myself we're not enforcing it. I'm not doing it anymore. We're done with all that. And I'm going to stand up for my rights and for my employees and my customers the same way. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, so now with this new mandate, you said, this far and no further, basically, and that you're going to protect the rights of your employees and your customers and your own private property itself. What's been the response been from, well, first of all, how have you let people know that they have their rights in your establishment there at the Orange Peel?
Yeah. So as an employer, I do want to just clarify as well. In the intro, you mentioned I'm a franchise owner. I just want to make sure to clarify I'm a franchisee. So I operate under the franchise, the Orange Peel Corporate, which is the larger umbrella. And I'm just one of a few other stores. So I'm not speaking. Go ahead.
Right. You're not speaking for the corporation. This is just what's happening at the location there in Sandy, right. The one right there in that Scheel's parking lot at the Orange Peel.
Right. There. This is just me individually in my business and where I operate here in Sandy. I'm not speaking for any other Orange Peel.
That's important. Yep.
At all. So I just wanted to clarify that. But your question about how am I enforced, or I guess standing up for the rights as an
I mean, how are you
employer?
letting people know? How do your employees know? How do your customers know that they don't have to wear that face diaper on their face when they come into your establishment?
Yeah, I basically just told my team once the mandate rolled out and I heard about it, just this most recent one, I sent out a mass message to my whole team and said, you guys, um, even with the new mandate that the mayor has put out, I am choosing as an independent business owner not to enforce that. So therefore, and I let them know I'm respecting your guys' rights to choose. You have the right to choose whether or not you want to wear a mask, whatever you're comfortable with. I respect that and I stand behind you, but I am not going to enforce mandating that in our store. And so I'm letting them decide. I let them know, obviously I have a lot of minors that work for me, and I said, I assume and I support all of you who are under 18 to do as your parents have asked you to do. And so I just want to make that clear too.
Mhm.
And then as far as customers go, I have signs on the doors where I was actually provided some resources from Enoch, and these signs, which I think you're familiar with, or and they say masks optional. This business
Yeah,
follows the law,
just want to put that
and
up
has
so
some other
folks can.
verbiage on there. Yes.
I don't. I don't know. Hopefully, they can see that. So they can
Yep.
get these at defendingutah.org. If you have a business, then you would like some to post at your business. Just go to defendingutah.org and you can get your stickers there to post at your business.
Yep. So that's what we have up. And other than that, sometimes I have customers who don't look at the signs on the door and they'll poke their head in and say, do I need to wear this? And I say, only if you want to. so so that's how we kind of get the message out to our customers.
Gotcha. So what's been first the response from, the people that you deal with every day, meaning your employees? Have you got any pushback? Have any of them been like, oh, you can't do that? Or, man, you're putting me in danger? Or what's been the response?
No, I haven't. And I knew I was treading, I was kind of going into dangerous waters there
Mhm.
because I don't want to, I care deeply about all of my employees, and regardless of what their personal opinions and beliefs are, I want to make sure that they understand I respect them. And that's the whole point of this, is respecting each other's choice to choose and or their right to choose. And so there has not been any pushback. I have the majority of my staff choose not to wear a mask,
Mhm.
and ones who do, and we don't make anything about it. We don't talk about it. We just do our jobs and enjoy working with each other. So there's been
That's
no
awesome.
issues. Yeah.
How about from customers?
No, actually, so since Saturday when it all came out, and I went into my shop specifically to be there for just in case that anyone, any mask police wanted to come into the store and make us think about it with my team. So
Yeah.
I wanted to be present and make sure that I tackle that myself instead of putting my staff in a situation like that. And so we had an overwhelming positive response of people saying thank you, people saying I love your mask policy, and people wanting to have a conversation with me. And I've gotten hugs from customers
That's
who
awesome.
are thrilled and saying thank you for not going along with that, because they don't agree with it either. As far as the other side of it, we do have customers obviously that come in with masks on, but I have not had any negative comments. There might be little comments here and there, but I think that they're coming from a place of love. Like in their mind, they really feel like it's a risk. And I get that. There are people that truly feel scared. So
Mhm.
I respect that too, but they've never been disrespectful as far as we've experienced. So I'm hoping to keep getting that same experience, but I am ready for if there were to be anything that was really negative or confrontational, I'd be ready for it. So yeah.
What would be your response if there was somebody that got kind of really rude about it?
Yeah. I would keep it very professional,
Of course. Yeah.
not cordial, but stern but kind. In the fact that I would let them know I'm not going to debate what can or can't do. We're not going to debate. That's not what my job is. If you feel uncomfortable being in my establishment with others who are not wearing masks, I'm happy to refund your smoothie and just ask you to leave. And that's it. And I did get, let's see, at the very, was it last year when Governor Cox ended the statewide mandate? And I think it was April or something like that. And as soon as he ended that mandate, I tore down the signs that I had up on the doors previously because we were complying. I didn't really know what my rights were at that point in time, and I wasn't brave enough to stand up. And so I was complying with it all. And we took those signs down as soon as the mandate ended last spring. And I did have a customer who came in, saw that we weren't wearing any masks behind the counter, and they left immediately and jumped onto Google review and left a 1-star review saying if I could leave negative something or another reviews on this business, I would, because I just walked in and no one's wearing a mask. And
so nothing to do with the customer service, nothing to do with the product, just the fact that you weren't being an insane person.
Yeah, basically, they gave me a terrible review for that. And I thought, all right, I'll take it. You missed out on a great product and some great customer service, and that's your loss. But I don't feel bad about that. But that's been the worst of our customer experiences so far.
Hey, if that's the worst, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, hey, we're doing good so far.
Well, that's fabulous. I think that shows you what the culture is here compared to maybe other parts of the country. I think you'd probably have a different reaction if you were opened in California or New York or Australia.
Oh, yeah.
You'd probably be in jail.
I know. And that's another reason that I feel so passionate about this is I realize how lucky I am being in Utah, where I don't feel like we've gone off the deep end like some of those other places in the world. And I feel really bad for those business owners who are literally fighting for their livelihood. Like, how lucky am I? And so it makes me want to fight even harder, because who's to say that we wouldn't turn a corner and turn into Australia in 2 months if we just decided, well, it's just a mask, it's just 30 days, let's just do it so we avoid confrontation. We don't want to make anyone angry. Let's just do it. What next then? What else would they ask us to do after that 30 days? And so that's another reason is I see what's going on in New York City and California, and I'm not willing to go down that route. And so I'm standing up now with a stupid little mask mandate for just 30 days. And I'm not going to let it go any further. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything else before we wrap up that you wanted to make sure that our viewers know about what's going on and how the reaction's been and about what's going
on? No, I mean, I would love to hear about other businesses because I haven't seen other than Legends Pub and Grill, which is actually just down the street from us. Awesome. But other than them, I haven't heard of or really seen other businesses in the area locally or otherwhere in the valley that are also standing up and standing out. And so, I'm looking for that support group as a business owner, because it is a little bit scary to kind of feel like you're the minority in this. So I would just ask that if anybody out there watching or listening is in the same boat as I am and they're, business owner in the area, to just come introduce yourself. If I'm not at the shop, give them your information and tell them you'd love to connect with me, and my staff will relay that information to me, because I would love to build a support, community of us, because I feel like there's a lot of strength in numbers. So yeah.
A coalition, or just what's it called? Just some kind of a connection between these, business liberty-minded business owners would be really, really good. So we encourage you, if you're viewing this and you're in Salt Lake County, to reach out to Victoria there at the Orange Peel and Sandy. And so also, if you're a business owner, or if you know a business owner, pick up one of these masks optional signs at Defending Utah to be able to post, so that folks know that they don't have to. Because I think there's an issue. There are a lot of businesses in Salt Lake County that I've gone into since the mask mandate went back into effect, that haven't said anything when I went in without a mask. And so we have a lot of people not enforcing it, but like you said, we don't have very many people that are letting people know publicly, because they're kind of maybe scared either of public backlash or of government backlash. And that's pretty sad when we live in a society where we're scared to
Yeah.
say what we feel and what we believe. And so
Yeah.
it's I think what you do and what you're doing there, and what you mentioned Legends, what they're doing is helping a lot of other businesses as well. And hopefully what we're doing here will help businesses and individuals know that they can stand up for their rights and stand up for what the law is. Because what the mayor did, and what this random citizen Angela Dunn, this unelected official, thinking she can tell you what to do with your face with a medical device, is just wild. And so people need to know that they don't have to comply with what a random unelected official says.
Yes, that is absolutely right. Um I also think it's important because I feel like the other side of the aisle that feels differently tend to think that it's, we don't care about people's health, we don't care about what happens to the people, and it's not about that. It's completely solely about people having the right to choose what to do with their health and how to live their lives. And
Exactly.
starting with the teeny tiny little mask mandate, as small as that is, in the grand scheme of things, you put a frog into boiling water, and you slowly heat up that water, and it takes a while before they realize they're in trouble.
Right.
And so it's not about whether or not we care about people's health. It's that we need to stand up for what we believe is right, and we can't let those small little things, small little things start to slip away, because that's when it turns into a bigger um issue, like in Australia or New
Yeah,
York City.
absolutely.
So I want to make that very clear. I care deeply about other people and how and their health, but at the end of the day, I'm not responsible, and no one else is responsible for this person's health, or you're responsible for your own health. And we need to all be able to have the right to choose for ourselves how to live our lives, and respect each other for it, and stay kind. And that's, I think, my biggest thing.
Yeah.
So
Great. Thanks so much, Victoria. Orange Peel at 82 West, 114 South. They're in Sandy, right there in that Scheel's parking lot. You can see that from the freeway. Thank you so much for joining us and for standing up for people's rights. So thank you so much.
absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Okay. See you next time. I am
Okay,
Ben
bye-bye.
McClintock from defendingutah.org. Again, don't miss another program. Click on the subscribe button, click on that bell, and go to defendingutah.org and become a member today.